I wanted to quickly talk about the books that I did read. So I read basically 2 books, 3, in the month of April. I read Vicious by B.E. Schwab, which honestly took a while to get into. I wasn't feeling it for the first third of the book, even though the plot of it is something that I usually do get into. So basically it's like these 2 kind of frenemies who are obsessed with each other and have been obsessed with each other for over a decade, and killing and mutants are involved. And yeah, I couldn't get into it until probably halfway in the book. I actually started being really invested in it, and that might be because I read it on a train, so I had no other distractions to, you know, take my attention away from the book. But I thought it was pretty good. I know there's a sequel, I haven't touched it, or I don't have any like giant urges to read it right away, so it was good. It just wasn't a favorite of mine, I guess. I don't know. I haven't really been able to get into her writing that much. Another book that I read was Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I was a really big fan of 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, so I was really excited to pick this book up. I basically knew nothing about it except that it was 1970s LA, in the kind of classic folk rock scene, I guess you can say, and you could definitely get that vibe. It's told in like interview format, so if you liked, I guess, if you like long form journalism, I think you would enjoy this book. And it really has that kind of angst of star-crossed lovers-esque thing, and the backdrop is all like LA in the 70s, so there's kind of like this romanticized version of Los Angeles, but it also kind of goes behind that romanticized version and shows you some of the horrors and bad things that could happen from the celebrity scene. And then it will remind you of like Fleetwood Mac and other 70s bands during that time. I know the band The Civil Wars apparently was also inspiration for this book, and you can definitely get that feel. It's like when your bandmate is your soulmate, kind of, but you can't act on it. Anyways, the main character of Daisy is a little egocentric, but you know, I accept her the way she is. My favorite character was Camilla Dune, who is one of the, or Dunn. She's the wife of one of the other characters, the guy that Daisy's in love with. So she was pretty badass, and she's also Latinx, therefore she is my favorite character. The other book I read was Don't Date Rosa Santos, and this is an arc I got off of NetGalley, which I was super excited to read. This is generational. This is about multi-generational trauma and the effects one parent can impose on the next generation. And it's about curses and curse breaking, and it's about love, and it's a Cuban-American family, and it takes place in Florida, and it's pretty great, so you guys better buy it when it comes out. I think it really plays on kind of this like oral folk history that a lot of Latinx families have. Like, you know, your tia, your abuela, your uncles or aunts, whatever, they tell you stories that supposedly happened in your family generations ago, and like these superstitions and that kind of stuff. So really appreciated that aspect of it all. And yeah, I also read Red, White, and Royal Blue, which I thought was literally amazing. This is also an arc I got off of NetGalley, and you guys have to pick it up when it comes up. It is like the best rom-com ever. It's like so fluffy, like, and amazing, and I just love it. Basically, the first son of the United States falls in love with the Prince of Wales, which, I mean, drama, I love. And I also enjoyed it because the main character is Latinx. He is half Mexican. He's from Texas, and I love it when characters relate to their identity with food, and this book definitely did that. And yeah. And the next book I read was Becoming Beatrice by Cami Charles, and this is about an Afro-Latinx girl who, in the 80s, who is obsessed with TV show Fame, and she wants to audition for the open auditions for the show. And she is also in a gang, so it's kind of her juggling between 2 worlds of whom she identifies with. And she meets this boy who's Haitian, and he teaches her a little bit more about her Afro-Latinidad, which I thought was super cool. I don't think there's enough representation with Afro-Latinx people.
My cat's sad too. Look at that. How could you?
How could you, Osier?